J-Man. I am Jason, defender of geekdom. My true calling in life was revealed to me the day I had discovered YouTube. I have the power! I became J-Man, the most powerful geek in the universe. Only 3 others share this secret. My friends Steven, Owen, and Sean. Together, we defend geekdom from the evil forces of social media. J-Man. Hey everybody, J-Man here in the Phantom Zone. We're going to be talking about some women of wrestling, so that'll be fun, I suppose. And we'll see everything. I got a figure this week as well, so I'm not sure if anyone saw my toy video, but I did get a wrestling figure, and I'll talk a little bit about that. And just my experience at the toy show, because now I was looking for wrestling stuff, so there's actually a lot of wrestling stuff at these shows. That's pretty cool, too. So let's see. Tomorrow, there's nothing going on, but Thursday we'll do Phantom Zone open mic. And Friday, we are doing the next qualifying round of the Space Opera Tournament. This is the Versus tournament that everyone's been really pumped up for. So we already did Yor, the Hunter from the Future, versus Krull. Yor barely squeaked out. Everyone has been calling me the Krull Killer. I resent that. I like Krull. Sean betrayed me by voting for Krull over Yor and left it in my hands to pick between which one I liked more. So I'll never forgive Sean. So we're no longer friends. Yeah, that's how it goes. Sorry. But this Friday is going to be Space Mutiny versus Battle Beyond the Stars. This is what you might call a jobber match if we're using our wrestling terms here. Battle Beyond the Stars is probably one of the best like kind of Roger Corman movies ever, or maybe the best one, and it's just a great movie on its own. And Space Mutiny is a movie, so yes. But we'll see. You never know. I never would have ever thought that Yor would have beaten Krull. But Yor is a great movie. I bought the soundtrack on iTunes, the main theme, and I listened to it 4,000 times since I bought it. So that's that. But all right, so let's get going here on some women of wrestling. So I'll bring in my co-host. Hey, Steve.
Hey, J-Man. I have to say, hey, Keely. I have to say, I haven't seen Battle Beyond the Stars yet.
Oh, man.
I find it highly unlikely that it's worse than Space.
No. Battle Beyond the Stars. Oh my God. Well, it's Magnificent Seven. It's Seven Samurai, but space.
Done by Roger Corman.
Yeah, so they get different, and like Robert Vaughn is awesome. And like George Peppard is in there.
Wow.
No, the cast is crazy. Sybil Danning, like every person that you're like, oh yeah, that guy. Like everyone is good. Robert Vaughn plays one of the best characters. He's like this like ultra high. He's this ultra assassin, and they're like scared of him and stuff. They're like, but we need this guy. Like it's like they're literally acquiring guys. So literally, John Saxon's the villain. So John Saxon has like this massive, like it's basically the Death Star, but it flies around, and he just incinerates people. So he just comes up to this planet. He's like, "You're going to give me all your stuff, or I'm going to incinerate." It's exactly Seven Samurai. Like, I'm just going to incinerate you, and they're like, "Oh shit, okay." So then they're like, "We have to find a group of people to come to fight this guy." Hey, Double C, thanks for popping in. Yeah, no, Battle Beyond the Stars. You should just buy that on Blu-ray. Like, I'll loan it to you for this Versus.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize you hadn't seen that shit, so I'll see if I can get that for you. If I can loan that for it too. You should like this is you should just own this. Like that's like not even like I love your. I mean, for me it's awesome.
Yeah.
But like Battle Beyond the Stars is just like it was almost like this shouldn't really be in this competition. I feel there's other movies that are really good too, but like this one's like legit crazy. It's a 41-minute battle. It's literally about it's 1 hour to accumulate the team, and then a 41-minute battle, and then 1 minute credits. That's it. That's the whole movie. It's like unbelievable. Like you're gonna be like, I can't. You're gonna look at your watch. You're like, they've got the team together and they're fighting. You're like, but wait a minute. There's I literally hit the button. I'm like, there's 42 minutes left. I'm like, this entire thing is like, I'd seen the movie a bunch of times and never really thought too much about it till I start to think about it in a way of like, okay, now I have to versus these movies and see what's better. You're like, holy shit, it's awesome. You should just buy it, like 100%. Just get it. But yeah, I'll loan it to you for the verses. Okay, so I'll show everybody. I went to the toy show, and I did get this Ronda figure.
Yeah.
So I have one that's the there's like cheap for. So I don't know if people know about wrestling figures. There's 3 different sort of levels of figures that I've seen. I don't know if there's more levels, but you can kind of like think of it as like a basic figure, and then maybe this would be like considered a
advanced.
I guess they're calling it elite collection, and then there's like a deluxe one. So do I have any deluxe ones? Crap, I do, but it's Becky, but she's behind a bunch of stuff. So the basic figure would be not as posable as this. Like this is pretty posable. It would just be a figure that's just straight. You can move the legs and arms and knees and joints, but that's it. And it's just a figure in the wrestling gear. This one gives you like a belt.
Yeah.
She's got there's more posability, and you have a couple of different hand options.
Yeah.
The next level up gives you multiple hand options, some sort of clothing that can be removed. Like my Bailey figure came with her shirt, her little crown thing, her belt. So it came with a couple of different hands. So you get a few more accessories. And then there's I think there's maybe even a 4th one where you get a whole bunch of stuff. So depending on that, the price levels are different. This one was $25, which is actually pretty good. That's Canadian. Normal, the regular figures are probably like 15 or so.
Right.
So, and then the Becky Lynch was, and what's her name? Bailey, that was getting into like the $40 plus range. So that's your range of figures. And they do this for pretty much everybody. Shotzi's got a new figure out, and they had it at the show, but they're asking $50. Yeah, exactly. Double C. Yeah, the basics, they're the Walmart ones. That's what I have for Ronda. I have a Ronda like that, and I have a Becky like that, and a Charlotte, and I opened those up. This one I might leave in the packaging. There's no really reason for me to open it. But yeah, so this is actually the Ronda I wanted, which is the Ronda you see in our background right now.
Right.
That's the Ronda that I really wanted with the kilt and stuff. So there was another Ronda there that was all in black, and she had the black jacket, and she had different heads.
Oh.
And that one came with a bunch of stuff. It was also $25, but the thing is, like, I was gonna get it. I was like right there to get it, and then this other guy was there, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know if I should get that Ronda." I said, "You talking about this Ronda?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "You know what, buddy?" I said, "You got about 10 seconds to take it before I take it," because I didn't want to really get it because I'm trying to save up for the comic book show, and I don't do as many toys anymore. So I was like, I don't do any more toys, and it's like all toys behind me. But it's like I'm trying to get away from it. So I was like, literally, you got 10 seconds here to grab this Ronda figure. And he's like, I'm taking it. I'm like, yeah, take it. And then I took the other one because I really wanted the other one. And I also was a little bit of diversion. I wanted him to make sure he takes that other one, and then I can get, because the guy had them all piled up and you couldn't really see. You had to kind of tilt your head and try to like see the faces. I was like, oh, there's another Ronda. I'm like, I'm going to grab that one. So I did get the Ronda I wanted. That's the only wrestling figure. I was going to grab the Shotzi, and they also had a Bailey Funko Pop, but it's her with the ponytail, which really
the hugger one.
Hugger, yeah. So I was like, maybe I'll get it, but there is no other one. So now I'm thinking, maybe I should have grabbed that because that was the only one that they had made so far. But I'm like, they'll make it. They're gonna do Control. They're gonna do a set or something, right? Guaranteed. Right. So, okay. I did watch NXT, so I can but I didn't take big notes on it. I just saw that Dewdrop and Nikki were on there versus Toxic Attraction, and Dewdrop, they won. But Dewdrop was bleeding like pretty bad. So I know they don't do blade jobs. I think she really got nailed pretty good. I couldn't tell. I watch NXT kind of just have it on.
Right.
I'm not like
paying attention. Yeah.
Like I'm like, this is me watching Raw. Like, and then I'm like, wait, what happened there? It's like shit, rewinding. So I only jotted one note to say like, oh my god, Dewdrop won. I'm like, what the shit? Oh, that's crazy. Yay, Dewdrop, you guys won. So yeah, so that was NXT, and now NXT airs tonight. So this was last Tuesday's one, because we do these on Tuesday.
Right.
So we could do these on Wednesday, when we even were talking like we're going to probably do one on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure what's going on with the Action Elite. And they like streaming on Wednesdays, so I'm trying to keep Wednesdays open.
Yeah.
So we're gonna keep going Tuesdays, and we'll be a week behind on NXT. It's not a big deal. We don't really cover it anyways.
No.
I'm watching it just to kind of have a little bit of knowledge as to what's going on there, but I wouldn't. It's not anything major.
No.
So we'll start with SmackDown, which was September 9th. SmackDown. We had Raquel and Aaliyah versus Toxic Attraction, right?
Yeah.
And I felt that Aaliyah did more in this match.
Yeah, she did.
Than she usually does. And Raquel did her Tahana bomb or whatever for the win. But I think this is one of the Aaliyah better. At least they used her a lot more in this one, I thought.
Yeah, this past week she was used and she was featured a lot better than she has been. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's because she's been working on her moveset or what the hell it was, but like she was really good in both matches. This one she was good. It was good to see Toxic Attraction, and they sort of addressed this should have been the semifinal match, but it wasn't. So it's just good. I love Toxic Attraction. I loved their look. I loved their shtick. Mm-hmm. I wish they were on the main roster more, but it was good. It was a decent match, and all the ladies look good, and I didn't expect Toxic Attraction to win. The fact that they lost clean was slightly weird to me. I think they should be pumping them up more and not have them lose too much.
And they lost to Dewdrop and Nikki on their own show.
I don't agree with that. Unless they're doing a face turn, they shouldn't be doing that. It was okay. Like Aaliyah's really good at spearing people. I don't know why, but I like when she spears people. Mm-hmm. It's like she knows how to do that move. It's just literally a tackle, so it's not hard to do. So I don't know. I think Toxic Attraction came off really good in this match. Like I said, I'd like to see them more. To be honest with you, I really like that team.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gearing them up to move them over. Like, I mean, right now, damage control is like hitting up every show. Yeah. So that looks like that's like that. I don't know if that's going to collide with them. Like, could there be two villain female factions? I guess there could be. Why not?
Yeah. I don't see why they couldn't be.
Yeah. Like, what's going on with Mandy Rose, right? Like, is she...
Mandy Rose was part of the main roster, and then they sent her down to NXT. I'm assuming she'll come up at some point, maybe to fight Bianca. I don't know what they're doing with that. I hope she has a better run the next time than she did like the first time when she was basically like Otis as a love interest, which was just weird. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Yeah, so I never saw that. That was like when I wasn't watching.
Well, it's when Mandy was a blonde.
Oh yeah, okay. I've seen photos of her as blonde.
Yeah. I think she looks better now than she did then.
You're right.
I
only know her as now, so it'd be weird to see her a different way.
Yeah.
But okay, so that SmackDown we had Zia Lee versus Sonya Deville versus Natalya versus Lacey versus Ronda. Yeah, that was the 5, right? And Lacey came in with her old music and kind of that same it's weird. And I love the way she was going to high five that guy and then she slapped her butt or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, she came in with sort of a modified version of her old gear where she had like the pantyhose with the black seams up the back, but she had sort of like the camouflage shorts.
Mm-hmm.
And her hair was straight. It wasn't curly anymore. I noticed that.
It was. Would you say that it looked like a mesh between her most current thing and her previous?
Yes.
It was almost like they merged those
them.
two. They combined them because her outfit was more like her outfit's color scheme was the military thing, but it was the sort of look of the style of that Southern Belle kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So it was weird. And her hair, yeah. Well, I've seen her. I follow her on Instagram, so it's like her hair is like straight or whatever. So I knew she would look like that, or unless they were going to do her hair for that match. But I mean, it was just weird to see her because it's like, yeah, there's Lacey Evans. Like, okay, like,
yeah, no fanfare, no, hey, you've been gone for weeks, like you were doing this thing, and now you're not. Like, she did a heel turn. She came out and talked a lot. She didn't actually wrestle anyone because when she was supposed to wrestle, she got injured or whatever, and then they just took her off TV. She didn't feel repackaged really. It was still the old music where she was going nah, like the thing. I don't really know what the hell they were doing with this match though. It was so weird because it was basically 4 heels versus Ronda Rousey, who I'm still trying to figure out what she is. Is she a tweener? Is she a heel? Is she a face? I don't know. But it was so funny because it was just feeding 4 females to Ronda Rousey. I mean, I did think it was cool that they sort of acknowledge, hey, here's Sonya Deville. She was in MMA. Hey, Ronda Rousey, she was in MMA. They'll have an actual MMA-ish encounter, which I thought was cool. But just feeding Xia Li and Natalya and especially Lacey Evans to Ronda just to be destroyed, I was like, okay, it's kind of pointless, but all right. Especially because Ronda and Natalya had such a freaking match last time they wrestled against each other. I'm like,
yeah, and she eliminated her. Yeah, Ronda eliminated her first with the armbar.
Yeah.
And then basically Ronda eliminated Lacey with an armbar. I'm not just trying to write the order here. And Sonya eliminated Xia Li, so that was cool. And then it was like Ronda versus Sonya, and then she gave her the ankle lock or whatever.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess so. I like Sonya Deville. I want them to do more with her. But
I think I now have an explanation to why Sonya's maybe not quite as big as we think she should be.
Oh, what happened?
Yesterday's match.
Yeah.
Sort of reflected.
Well, I guess we can get into Raw. Okay, well, let's get into Raw. We'll talk about it when it comes up then.
But like for this thing, it was just the question I have is, why are you now doing Ronda versus Liv again? You can't do that fake finish like you did last time. I'm guessing they're trying to say Shayna Baszler will get involved because Ronda encountered her again.
Yep.
So is it going to be Shayna versus Ronda? Because I can't see Shayna. Like, again, I'm just weirded out that you literally keep booking a match where you can't have the champion go over clean on the challenger and the champion's a babyface. It doesn't make sense. You shouldn't keep doing this.
I don't know what they're going to do, but let's see. I mean, last time they did something, they came up with a good idea. Let's see what they do this time.
Yeah.
Unless they're going to say something like maybe Shayna attacks Ronda before the match and she's injured and then Liv wins clean or something. And then she could say, oh, if I wasn't injured, I would have won.
Or it's a triple threat match.
Or yeah. Like I can't see Liv losing just yet. Like it just feels weird. Like what would be the point of it? Like,
yeah. I mean, I'm not altogether sure because, well, we'll talk about it for Raw, but like, you know, crowning her and then having her lose isn't such a but putting the belt on Ronda again makes no sense to me.
Right.
I think the whole point was Ronda dropped it because she didn't need it, so why give it back to her? Like this entire booking made no sense to me. There's
Yeah, I
got
have
to be
no
something
idea.
I'm not seeing that is going to come up.
Yeah, there must be something that they've got planned that it's like, okay, I just can't see the long-term picture. Maybe they will bring someone in. Maybe it'll be Liv and Ronda, and then someone boom comes in, and it's like someone new that we haven't seen or whatever.
Yep.
I don't know. I guess that's possible, but I don't know. So Raw. This is September 12th. Raw. We had the Damage Control interview with them saying it was the illegal pin and all that crap.
Yep.
So what? I mean, I guess it was right. Like, I'm not sure if that was planned or if that was a happy accident or how that went. That
I have no idea. They keep bringing it up, so I assume they're right. But like, I don't understand. It's fine. Like it is what it is. I just why book it in this manner? Like, oh, they were lucky to beat us. Then why not just have Damage Control go over Aaliyah and Raquel in the first place? Why have them lose to those two? Like, I don't understand. Like this run was a bit weird to me. But anyhow.
Yeah. So they lose.
Yeah, they lose. They lost, and
like,
I'm like, again, Aaliyah looked really good. I liked that facebuster thing she did.
Yeah.
That move where she did the double neck breaker after almost getting suplex was great. I'll be honest with you, Raquel and Aaliyah grew on me as a team. I didn't want to see them lose right now. And I'm still not sold on the style of Dakota Kai and Io Sky. There were still some big misses in this match. Like, I do not like Dakota's running boot because you can clearly see it misses all the time.
It never hits.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to James Cameron that thing. You got to be like, okay, I'm going to do the boot. She's going to be standing there.
Yeah.
I'm going to run this way around.
Yeah.
You need to make sure that you're there. Like, I would hate to be the switcher on that or like, what, I don't know I guess the director is telling the switcher what to do, but like, I'd hate to be the director of that match. It's like, oh shit, she's going for that stupid move, which never looks like it hits. Quick, camera two. And like, we're in camera two's like, shit, I was like filming the crowd. Like, buddy, what are you doing? Turn it on. Like, I mean, I was having stress on a live show and there was only 3 cameras and it was only like, and this is when Sean was directing and I was switching and Sean's like, camera two. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm ready, and I'm like, and I'm thinking like, man, I'd hate to be, and I was like, I was going to be the director. I was going to take over for Sean and be the director after him. And I'm like, okay, but like, I'm like, dude, like this is crazy. Like, that boot is so hard to film. It wasn't that bad in the, what's funny? Whenever they do the replay of it, it looks fine. Because they pick the right angle then they've got their 3 or 4 cameras to pick from, and then they're like, oh, replay, use camera 3 footage, and forget camera. But when they're catching it in live in real time, it's like, oh, camera 2. It's like, you should have been on camera 3.
Yeah.
Right. And when they do the replay, you're like, oh, that looked pretty good. Right.
Yeah.
And then it's like, but it didn't look that good a second ago. Like,
yeah, it just
sometimes it's like way under too. Like, I've seen it where it's like, whom you're like, no. Like, no. Unless she's a dwarf or something, you did not hit that at all. And I don't know. It's just too weird. Like, I don't know. Is it too dangerous to actually contact with the person? I guess because you're running, you can't really control how that's going to work. You need to be like from a standing position to punch or hit and be able to control where that is. That's why even like when not the woman's right, but the Superman punch is always weird too, right? Like,
oh yeah, because you can see he curls it inside, it never hits the guy, and it's like Superman punch. I'm like, he punched his like tricep or something.
Yeah, like, I mean, Superman would punch better than that.
I would hope so.
Like, stop calling it the Superman punch.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it never hits properly. Even the spear is a little bit weird to me because it's just a tackle. I'm like, you can get up from that. It's like, oh my the force, and I'm like, no. I mean, it looks cool, but it's like, and like Toxic Attraction, the GG I think took it. she took it like a champ. She literally did a backflip.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Oh, I got nailed. It's like, yeah, okay. And then what about that? There was that one guy that had that spike shoulder thing. Maybe that was Edge. But like if you have one of those shoulder pads where you could do the spear that way, like you got to pull one of those Lex Luger where he had the forearm, they had the plate in his arm or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. He had to plate in his forearm or whatever.
Wouldn't that get dented?
What's that?
He didn't really have a plate, did he?
No, I don't think he did. And
it's like, wouldn't that get dented to crap if you keep using it?
You would think so.
Like, yeah, it's like you can't actually use that or whatever. But anyway.
Well, how many figure fours did Greg the Hammer Valentine do with that like ankle guard or whatnot?
And you're turning around, it's like, oh, and then Bobby the Brain would be like, oh, it's to protect his broken leg and all that. I'm like, what? This is so awful. It's like such a lie.
He's had it for like 10 years. Like,
yeah, the guy had it forever. It's like, how long is this taking? And the problem is, we know in real life that he wouldn't be cleared to wrestle, so he wouldn't even be there for you.
Yeah, exactly. It's so ridiculous. It's like D'Lo Brown had that chest protector for like 18 months, and I'm like, why has he still got the chest protector?
Yeah, like stop it.
Like I think he got over the injury. But yeah, I think that running boot was terrible, and how Aaliyah took that finisher was kind of weird to me because it was like it hit, and then there was a pause, and then Aaliyah just went flying in the air, and I'm like, that's an oversell. Like that wasn't like the end. Like she kneed her in the back, and it's like, oh, she got kneed in the shoulder blades. I'm like, yeah, that wouldn't kill her. Like she literally went, whoa! I'm like, really?
There was another bad one where I think it was like she went off the top ropes and they're holding her arm. Raquel was holding her arm and she went off the top ropes to hit the arm.
Yeah.
And it was like the arm went, like she let go and the arm stayed out. I'm like, she hasn't hit it yet. It's like, why would you just leave your arm out for her to hit it if it's like, it was weird. I'm like, oh, that was a bit weird.
It was, yeah.
I think that Aaliyah and Raquel working together is better than the two girls, like Dakota Kai and thing. They're not like, I like Bailey.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually like everybody, but it's like them being a tag team is weird. It's like they're not fitting together for some reason. No. It's just they don't look like they're. I actually like the Aaliyah and Raquel because it's like, this big huge girl, and then you got this other smaller one, and I thought that kind of worked well.
Yeah, I think it worked well. I think, it was kind of clever how they would do things, and like I loved Raquel pressing Aaliyah. And because Aaliyah looks so excited to be like thrown,
right?
She's like, "Yeah!" I'm like, "You're the happiest looking person who's just about to be press slammed on a couple of other people," and she would like throw over the ropes on people and stuff. And I'm I don't know. I really like this team so much, but I figured out that probably Sasha and Naomi are coming back, and they didn't want to bring them back as heels.
Right.
So they're going to come back as faces to challenge Damage Control for the tag belts. Probably after Asuka and Alexa Bliss have their second go around with them, which I'm assuming will be at Extreme Rules.
Yeah, and they'll beat them for sure.
Yeah.
And then Naomi and Sasha will come back and be like,
"Yeah,
we never lost the belts and all that."
And hopefully Alexa Bliss does a heel turn after that loss, and then Asuka and her have a kick-ass, feud. Because I think that would look really good, like Alexa and Asuka.
Yeah, Alexa being like, she should just go back to Goddess then, or whatever she was.
Or have her as Unhinged Goddess. I like the idea of Unhinged Goddess, where she's like, she like makes fun of people, but if someone makes fun of her, she goes off the deep end, and she starts like, I would like her to be the sort. I would pitch it that she has Lily, but she has a doll of the other wrestler who she's dealing with, and Lily's like, she's like with Lily, she's like, I don't like you, blah blah blah, and like she starts and then like it's kind of funny, but then she starts like going nuts and like ripping the other doll apart and like throwing it all around. It's like, oh, there's something wrong with this girl. She's not all there. Like, I would like something like that. Like, play it with the Goddess, but sort of combine the two
right
into one.
She should do like in Spaceballs where she's fighting with
Yeah.
the toys over. Hey, MMM. Hey guys, today I mostly will listen as I have some resin. Oh, awesome. Yeah, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Okay, so then we have Bianca with the open challenge. I was gonna get up and go. I challenge you.
It's like I think if you showed up on the ramp coming down to the ring, Joe and Double C and the rest of the audience would like probably like have a heart attack. Like, holy crap!
I'm coming down. It's like I'm gonna. It's like here comes J-Man to challenge for the women's title.
Oh my
god! If you showed up to challenge Bianca Belair, I think like wrestling would break.
Why they should have like random people show up and like, you know. I guess they got rid of that 24/7 belt or whatever, right? Like,
yeah, I get. Wow, I think Triple H is just like, we're never mentioning this again. I would like to have it though. Like, oh, there you go. You're still being known as the Crow Killer, man.
Yeah,
takes a big man to admit when he's wrong. I am not a big man.
But yeah, like I would love it if they did something where it's an open challenge and like a bunch of girls are coming out and they're like trying to like hold each other back, like they'll be the first to get into the ring. They never do that. It's always like one lone person shows up. I'm like, do it where there's a mob of girls trying to get at the champ, and like it just goes to show that like, hey, we're basically saying no one can beat Bianca. They should have had Bayley show up. They probably should have just done a promo instead of a match. They did Sonya Deville. They tried to harken back to, hey, remember you cost me my job. The problem with this match was Sonya missed a few things, and she kept adjusting her wardrobe, which drove me bananas. Especially when she took the KOD and you could see her reaching up to like pull her top up. I'm like, seriously, Sonya? You had to do that then? Like, she just looked very uncomfortable in the ring. It was hard to explain.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on with that. And I've seen people adjust their. It's like I hate when they have to keep adjusting their costumes. That's like super irritating.
Yeah.
And I hate when there's like something hanging or whatever. Like get something better. Like get something that's like if you look down here, like the way Liv has hers, use that, and then you don't have to worry about anything coming out.
Well, Bianca has it pretty good. Where
so she can move around and nothing's going to expose.
Yeah,
nothing's going to become exposed or whatever. But and then Bayley came out and said did her shtick or whatever.
Yeah, she did her shtick. We'll get that in a second, but just to finish, like Sonya just made not botches, but she just didn't look polished, and it was really weird to me. And then like the adjusting thing, it just drove me nuts. When she took the KOD and she adjusted herself, that was the end of it. I was like, come on, Sonya, like seriously. But Bayley came out, did her thing, and then Damage Control showed up, and then we got Asuka and Alexa running out again. So they're obviously continuing with this, which is fine. Like, I don't think Clash at the Castle should have been the end of it.
Right.
But eventually you're going to have Bayley versus Bianca. That's obvious. And I don't know, does Bayley win? Does Bayley take the championship off Bianca? I'm at the point where I'm saying yes.
Well, Bayley's like my third favorite, so I would say yes, because like I think she's great. And I didn't really see much of her. I know she was the longest reigning SmackDown Women's Champion.
Yes.
So that they could go back to that or whatever. I do like Bianca actually, but I don't know. It's like I think Becky and Bayley are like my two favorites. So that would be those would be the two champions I'd like to see on each.
Right.
And then you could have people trying to get to them. But yeah, it is good when the villain has the belt.
Yeah, and she's being chased, or they're being chased. I would like how I would book it is you have Bailey as the champ, and she holds on to the championship for a while. Like she gets challenged by Bianca. Maybe you throw Alexa in there or Asuka or something, right? You have her go through, and then when they're getting up to Royal Rumble, you bring Becky back to challenge.
Right.
Or here's the thing no one's thinking of: Charlotte comes back and challenges her. Like Survivor Series, Charlotte shows up and says to her, "You got my belt. I want it back."
Yeah, thanks for keeping it warm for me.
Yeah, thanks for keeping it warm, Bailey.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
What I'm honestly thinking too, and if they do this, this will be diabolical and like crazy. Ronda starts a faction of former MMA fighters with Sonya and Shayna Baszler, and they're like, we're going to take over this division because we're real fighters, and they just start destroying people in the ring.
That would be good. I'm going to have to look up Sonya Deville's fight record or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can. What's the time? Oh yeah, we still got lots of time. Let's open up a window here. Let's see what we can find. It's this one. tab. So let's go. What do we know? Sonya Deville's. Her name is
Daria Baronetto.
Daria. That's what I want.
I think Wikipedia has her fight record, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, here's the MMA records. So she's got 2 wins, 1 loss, knockout submission, and a loss by decision. So she fought Jasmine. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can find these matches. I'm sure they're on YouTube. So she only had 3 matches in MMA.
Yeah.
And Shayna had what about Shayna Baszler's?
Yeah, that's also on Wikipedia.
Becky turns and wins the Royal Rumble, go for the title mania. Yeah, for sure.
That'd be nice too.
All right, so let's see, Queen of Spades.
I mean, I think you have to have her fight Charlotte again at some point, Becky.
Yeah, so she was in it a lot more.
Yeah.
So let's see. Oh, she's got 15 wins, 11 losses. So that's a legit career.
Yeah.
15 wins, that's pretty good. And Ronda's, I used to know everything, but I don't remember anymore. But Ronda has a lot of stuff too. So where's her stupid? Oh, here we go. So 12 wins, 2 losses.
Yeah.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
And then if you go to a judo Olympics, this is her Olympic record. So she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins. So 20. Yeah, 2004 Olympics. That's her debut pretty much. She's got a couple of losses in there, but then after that, it's like win, 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 win. So that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Like people say, oh, Ronda Rousey, blah, 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 but even her amateur record, it's all wins. Like this is crazy. I mean, the big one was Holly Holm. When the hell did she fight Amanda Nunes? What the hell?
2016.
I don't think I saw that match.
Right at the end of the year.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. I did see that match. Well, Amanda Nunes usually destroys people, though. She lost. Well, she won her last match, but she lost the match previous to the last match. But that was just a weird match. I don't think her head was in the game. But she like destroys people. She destroys people. But yeah, Holly Holm. This entire thing. I mean, I could do a stream just on this match, and leading up to it. But like, look at this bullshit.
Yeah,
this is crazy. like continual wins, and everyone's like, oh, Ronda Rousey, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, I'm sorry, she wins a lot. Like, this is this whole thing where someone keeps winning and then they get pissed off, and like people eventually turn on them.
Well, that's what happened to Charlotte, right? Charlotte was hated. Like, don't put the belt on her anymore. It's like, okay.
Yeah. And Holly Holm had this because Holly Holm came prepared, and Ronda was so full of her own media and her own press that like
she wasn't ready.
She just wasn't mentally ready. You could see she was just like, yeah, I'll take her out, no problem. It's like it's literally Rocky 3. It's literally Rocky 3. It's crazy that these things are happening in real life, and Rocky 3 is like, whatever, 1980, whatever it was, and this is like 2000 and freaking 2015, and Rocky 3 still applies. It's like it's like, did you not see Rocky 3? Like, he's like, this guy came, like, Holly Holm came for a fight,
Yeah.
She didn't come for like a big exhibition tournament and to take pictures and pose. Right?
Well, I mean, at that point, Ronda was undefeated in MMA, so like, it was literally like, yeah, she came in and she's like, she probably thought she had it in the bag because she won the previous 12 matches.
Yeah.
And then like Holly Holm just beat her.
Yeah, it's like who is this? Who's this rookie fighting Holly Holm right now? It's like, oh, that's Ronda Rousey. Like, what? Like, whoa, what happened? What the hell happened? So, anyways, that was
knockout.
Crazy. Oh yeah, she nailed her. This fight was like pretty good. I don't think. Yeah, look, 59 seconds in round two, right?
Okay.
But look, 48 seconds in round one, Amanda Nunes. Like, that's crazy. And then look, this is all round one. She beats like 16 seconds, 14 seconds, 34 seconds, Ronda winning. Like 25 seconds, 49, all round one. Look, this is all of this is round one. There's only one that went 3 rounds with Miesha Tate. Miesha Tate is pretty good. But like, look at this. It's like, okay, this one was the round one was just about to end. That's pretty good. But I mean, that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then finally lost a couple. And then she's like, yeah, I'm done. And I watched all of these. Like, this is like a YouTube clip. 14 seconds. It's like, okay. That's like the old Mike Tyson records where it'd be like 10 seconds. Like, it's like, oh, okay, well, what am I watching this for?
Mike was winning also because, like, they were saying there was shadiness, like Don King.
Yeah, I don't know about boxing at all, so I don't know how weird, how like messed up that is or whatever. But yeah, it's like, holy crap. So
well, I would definitely do an MMA. Like, they talked about the MMA 4 horsewomen.
So who's the fourth one?
I think they're in NXT. I don't know who the woman would be.
So let's see, MMA fighters in WWE.
Yeah. You want to go females though?
Yeah.
It'll be all males.
Batista,
Nathan Jones. Dan the Beast Severn, he was terrible.
Is that okay? So let's just go females then. But what is a female? No, we're not getting into that. Okay. What happened to Ronda? See, even if you just type female MMA, it's enough. No, Amanda Nunes is not going there, I don't think. Miesha Tate, no. Okay, so this is just them thinking Chris Cyborg now.
Yeah, it's just rumors. Let me just put in who the 5 MMA horsewomen were.
Okay, so yeah, WWE MMA horsewomen. They're saying Charlotte, Bayley, Sasha, Becky, but that's the wrestling. That's the wrestling ones, yeah. Okay, so let's see what this is. So Ronda, Shayna, Jessamine Duke.
Yeah.
And Marina Shafir. Marina Shafir. So what is she in right now? Yeah, she looks like she's a fighter. Yeah, so these are all. So she's in AEW. This girl. I guess Sonya really didn't have enough matches. I'm gonna look those up.
And who's the other one? Jessamine Duke?
Yeah. Oh, I've seen her before.
She's out of WWE though.
Yeah. So so that's not gonna happen.
So you just have it 3. You just have Sonya, Shayna, and Ronda. Can't have it as the horsewomen, but can have it as the MMA Fight Club or something.
They should call it the Fight Club.
Yeah.
They should call it the Fight. I mean, could they have it intergender and like Judgment Day?
Well, and I gotta ask about this. When is someone going to clue in about having Rhea Ripley at ringside? Like, it's getting ridiculous now. First of all, they beat up Edge and Rey Mysterio every week now.
Yeah.
It's just like those two guys. It's like the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
Right.
You keep going out, one of you versus 4 people, and then you lose.
Right.
And you get beaten up. Like Rey Mysterio in the storyline is a crazy man. First of all, he's 5'6". He is small, like he is way below the size of an average wrestler.
Yeah.
He goes out there, like when he goes off the ropes, he goes off the second rope. What wrestler goes off the second rope when they're running the ropes? It's okay. And he's running out there like this week. He ran out there. He's like, Edge, don't beat up my son. I don't know if you got the news flash, Ray. Your son doesn't like you anymore.
But also, when did Edge become like a family member? Like somehow this happened when I didn't know about it. It's
yeah,
like, Edge, he's like my brother. He is.
Yeah, Uncle Edge. When he's like,
wasn't Uncle Edge kicking the shit out of you like 1 month ago?
Uncle Edge is my favorite, man. Like, Uncle Edge.
Uncle Edge was kicking the living shit out of you. Or let's go Edge Judgment Day or whatever. Like, Judgment Day.
Yeah, good old Uncle Edge.
Why is this like not? Sometimes this happens with Google. It just gets all weird. Yeah, like what? Look. What wasn't this your Uncle Edge like 1 month ago or whatever it was?
Yeah. Uncle Edge used to be evil, but now he's a good guy again, and he's part of the family.
Yeah, Edge is good now. Stop it.
Yes.
He's part of the family.
Mention he was in Judgment Day and he was like mocking Liv Morgan while Rhea Ripley made her scream in agony. He's a family man now again.
Yeah, I love when there's zero memory in wrestling. It's always like nobody has. There's no long-term memory. It's like, well, last week. It's like because there's literally 1 week where it's like last week you literally destroyed me and my son. And you literally like were stomping on Liv's face and laughing about it. And then the next week, you're my familia. It's like, what are you talking about? Like in the real world, Dominic is right. It's like, yes. Dad, how can you take Edge on your side when he started the faction we're currently fighting?
Yes.
Like in the real world, Dominic is right. It's like, yeah, Edge is crazy. But then it's like in wrestling world, it's like, oh, well, Edge is good now. It's like, okay, yeah, Uncle Edge literally took 2 chairs and made like a sandwich out of your head with.
Now, to be fair, they started fighting Judgment Day when Edge was out.
Okay, all right.
But still, you're right. He started this whole thing.
Right. Okay, so he didn't technically beat up Dominic.
Yeah.
He didn't technically beat up Rey Mysterio.
But I'm still just shocked that face wrestlers can't count. There's 4 of them and 1 female. So if you think about it, you know, Eddie's son was correct. Yes, Eddie's son was correct. But if you count, and if you go through past history, which you just said they don't remember, but
right,
they should. There's this female wrestler who interferes in all of our matches, hits us from behind,
right,
does all these dastardly things, and we end up losing and getting hurt. Maybe we should bring a female wrestler. The only smart people was AJ Styles and Finn Balor when they were fighting Judgment Day, and they're like, let's get Liv Morgan in here to fight Rhea Ripley.
That was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, that.
Edge
why can't Edge and Thing get somebody?
You think that they could. There's got to be someone.
So many.
Well, I know what they're going to do.
Well, what are they going to do?
At Extreme Rules, it's going to be Edge and his wife, Beth Phoenix, versus Dominic and Rhea Ripley.
Right. Is Rhea cleared to wrestle?
Oh, I think she is. I think for whatever reason, they just haven't had her in, probably because they don't have any stories with her with the female wrestlers. Because, again, how do you have Rhea Ripley come down with 3 men and lose a match?
Right. I think they should I really want her and Dom to have this like Bonnie and Clyde thing where she's like in control and Dominic kind of likes it. Like I would go a little bit, I would push the envelope a little bit.
Yeah. Well, you have to with Dominic because hey Joe, you have to do something with Dominic because him just coming out as a heel, like he literally got his ass kicked for 10 straight minutes against Edge. Like, it's not believable when he was doing offense, it was just like, does Edge need a break? Like, Dominic just is not, I'm sorry, it's nepotism. He's not a great wrestler. He looks just good. He looks like a guy you should just use for a punching bag for 15 minutes until you get tired.
Oh, man. Poor guy.
Sorry, he seems like a nice kid, but like I'm not buying it. I don't think he's going to do well in Judgment Day. I think they're going to end up like power bombing him through a table at some point.
Make it better. Turn up the good. Turn down the suck. Turn down the suck knob.
Yeah, there's a suck knob.
Yeah, turn it down. Okay, I'm telling you. Okay, we have to say Rhea is controlling him, and it has to be something where he's like into it. I'd make it slightly kinky. I'd push the envelope a little bit and have her come out a little bit sexier, you know. And she's like maybe like like slapping his butt or something, or like I don't know. Like she's like going through his hair, and she's like, "Ooh, I like your." She's like slicking back the hair. It's like, yeah, and like maybe touching him a bit and doing so, like kind of having her arms on him, a little bit like Goldust and Marlena.
Yeah,
like she's the Goldust,
right?
Like she's the one in control of it.
She's the man, and
she's the man. Yeah, I think that'd be really neat. And then Dom likes that kind of thing or whatever, right? It's like,
yeah,
and it's like, oh, Dad, I've got a new girlfriend or something, They should do something like that, and then it's and they can have like maybe they're like they've got this sadistic, like even Judgment Day is just like
what have we done?
It's like, what's going on with these two?
Yeah, he's like this is not what we signed up for.
Yeah, like they should have a few like little clips where it's like Judgment Day's like coming up with a plan. They're like, where's Rhea and Dom? It's like, I don't know, and then they go and they open up. Don't show anything. They open up a door, and we just see them opening the door, and they're like, "Whoa!" And then you hear Rhea play, "What the hell do you want, Damien?" And he's like, "Oh, sorry, no, I do." And he closes the door. He looks at the camera, just like, right? You know, stuff like so. You're not showing anything.
Right.
You're leaving it up to our imagination. We don't know what's going on. And then Dominic comes in. I like how she's saying he's a man now and all that.
Oh yeah.
It's like I think that would be really fun. That'd be really fun for me at least. I don't know if that'd be fun for anyone.
You'd be like, oh man, this is great.
Well, when you get some kind of master plan, you let me know, huh?
I don't know. This is just my plan. Like, you know, I'd be amused by it. I'm like, this would be kind of fun.
J-Man is the only one who loves this freaking thing. She was developing chemistry with Raquel, I would say, Joe. It wasn't there to start for sure. I definitely agree with that. But I think they were getting into their own. I mean, they tried to say, oh, you know, damage control, they just work better as a team. But damage control just... Their moves don't look great. I have no idea why. It just sometimes they look better, but like Dakota Kai has to get rid of that running kick that she just kicks air. It just never looks good, man. So this is what you're talking about, except he's got a smile on his face. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, I want it to be like, you know, it's like, hey, Dominic.
Oh, that one this one was great because I'm like, what closet is he in?
What is happening right now? It's like
you can't.
Oh
God. Oh shit, that's great, man.
it would be so funny.
What sells it is Rhea's expression on her face.
Yeah. So she's like telling him what to do and everything.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that open door thing would be so funny. And then Damian Priest is just like, oh my God, okay, guys, never mind.
And you might hear the sound of a whip crack, and that's
yeah, you hear some weird, you just hear like some, or like breaking, like furniture's being broken, and it's like, wait, who's in there? It's like Rhea and Dominic. And then so it's like and then later on they're doing other things like where's Dominic and then what's the other guy? So I forgot the other. Wait, who is it? It's Damian Priest and Finn Balor, right?
Yeah.
So like, and then Finn's like, I'm gonna go. He's like, you know, Damian. It's like, what do you do? I'm gonna go get them right now. And then he goes to hear like breaking. And it's like, oh, and they're screaming. He's like, I'm not even going in there right now. And it's like, what is happening? Yeah, I'm telling you, listen. This is a winning idea. Everybody would be on board. It'd be so fun because I like it to be a little bit more like, you know, I don't know how much they can push the envelope on stuff. Like, can they do things like that? And
I don't know if it'd be considered because they're PG, right? So
yeah, I mean PG. What the shit? Like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom is PG, and it's like he's grabbing the boobs and stuff. Remember, he's grabbing the boobs of the statue. She's like, I'm right here. You know, you can grab these.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I think they need to spice it up a little bit with these two. I'm telling you.
I want more pictures of Rhea, like her face, like a villain in a horror movie, where it's like, you know, like it's just that. What does she do? Oh yeah, she's like, oh no, you can't hit him. But where's her choking out Dom? Her face is the best.
This is the
funniest this is like. I would have her make this face all the time because it's like she literally looks like she's in a B horror movie as like the villain. Like it looks like she's going to come out through shower curtains and make that face.
Oh, there you go. That'd be so funny too. Shower curtain thing. But also it's like after that they come out and it's like, you know, like Rhea's there and then like Damian's like, what the hell are you and Dominic doing in the dressing room? She's like, I was showing him some moves, and it's like, okay, and it's like, what kind of moves? It's like we don't know, right? Like it's just not said. And it's like, don't worry. It's like I'm showing him some moves or whatever. It's like, okay, what kind of moves are you showing him? Don't worry about it, you know. It'd be so funny.
You know what's so funny about the Judgment Day is they're talking about like we're going to we're basically rising up and all this stuff and all this. Yeah, I love that face when she's doing that face. That's great. But like they're talking about, oh yeah, and yet, the two guys they're feuding with right now are two guys who are probably a year out from retirement. Like, why aren't you going for the belts, guys? Why aren't you going for gold? I saw Bobby Lashley just wandering around, and I guess he confronted Seth Rollins. I'm like, why don't you guys throw 4 against Bobby Lashley? That would be interesting.
Right.
But no, they're like, yeah, let's fight 2 guys who are probably a year out from retirement. Like, seriously? Why?
Yeah, Edge mentioned to us on our Raw that he's now. Did he mention that off camera? I can't remember. Yeah, that was off camera, right? So he mentioned that to us that he's looking to start shutting, closing it down or whatever.
Yeah, he says he'd like to close it down 1 year from today, which was in August in Toronto, and I hope you're all there.
Yeah.
And
so
Ray's time as a top guy is done. He's basically like pretty much a jobber now.
He is a jobber, which is a bit sad.
Yeah.
I like the red here.
Yes.
I like the red and white. This I had seen.
Yeah.
They put control on there. But yeah, I wish they would. I don't know. I mean, yeah, Rey Mysterio just comes out and just loses. Like that's just his thing. He just loses every match. It's like, oh, don't hurt my son and everything. And it's like, no, I'm gonna like Edge should have went crazy. He's like, I'm gonna murder your son. And I love how it's like, I'm gonna teach your son a lesson. And then the commentary is super funny. They're like, oh, this is like tough love. I'm like, he just bashed his face.
He tied him up in the ropes and hit him like 10 times. Like, oh, this is tough love. It's like
love. That's what my parents did to me.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. Like, my dad tied me up in ropes and then like punched me 10 times in a row in the face. Like, what are they talking about?
He kept giving me like leg drops and stuff like that.
Message.
Like, oh, it's tough love. It's like Edge doesn't want to do this. He doesn't. Do it.
I love Edge too because through the entire movie,
I know. I know.
Oh, that was the best.
Give me back my son.
Give me back my shoe. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's like, well, I think that was in, oh God, I could bring out some house party lines. In the house party, he's like, I gotta kick my shoe so far up your ass, you're gonna shit sneaker.
Oh God.
In other news, wrestler loses shoe in an ass.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I love that shoe thing. Like, Dominic is genius now, man. Like, he just kicked his shoe off. He tried to do the Eddie Guerrero, like, I don't know, swagger or something. And I'm like, he even botched that.
Oh my God. I gotta see is there where's the no shoes?
You should do Dominic Mysterio. They're not showing it.
Oh, hey, there's Rhea Ripley. Wow.
Oh my god.
That's the
How
only
Rhea Ripley is this? You should try Dominic Mysterio kicks Edge in balls or something.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And we did I did watch NXT. I'm trying to watch NXT now. And
Click on the picture at the
Doudrop
far right.
and we did talk about Doudrop and Nikki on NXT and also Toxic Attraction, which was crazy. And Doudrop won. I was like, wow, Nikki and Doudrop won. Which one do you want me to see? Oh, this?
The fit from the no, not him stomping them. Like there was like this one here, like the one where he's kicking. Right above where you are.
Oh, here we go, yeah. Yeah, and then this shoe goes flying off.
Oh, I was hoping the shoe like was already in the air.
No, there you go. There it is in his socks. Oh my god.
Oh god. I can't help it, man. It's too. I can't believe Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, NXT's on now, so I've got that PVR'd. I've got that set to record.
Look at Rhea Ripley in that comparison photo.
Oh my god, eh?
That's not possible, man.
Even this is old because she's got more on, right? I believe like there's like early on, even with the blonde hair.
Yeah.
They still have this figure at Toys R Us.
Oh.
I was thinking about grabbing. No. Sorry, not this one. Hey, Skeptic, what's going on? Who's the hottest male wrestler and female?
Well, I can tell you the hottest female. I don't know about male.
Who do you think? Well, who do you think's the hottest female? Alexa Bliss?
It's got to be Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, she's like, I think it's pretty obvious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Even in this, even in here, she looked good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Alexa Bliss.
I think for males,
Drew McIntyre? Yeah, probably.
I mean, I think Roman Reigns, Drew. He looks like a man's man guy.
Yeah.
Like I like Drew McIntyre. He's like a good hero character. Like he's a good face.
I agree with that.
I just think the guy's he's just cool. Like I think guys think he's pretty cool too. Like I think he's pretty badass. I got a lot of respect for him.
Yeah, he's tall. He's got the big long hair. He's got the beard. He's got the muscles. Like he's prototypical. Like if you were going to build a wrestler, it would be Drew McIntyre.
How about Roman Reigns, man? He's pretty cool.
Roman Reigns is good, but problem with Roman Reigns nowadays is he fights guys who are as big, if not bigger than him.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's like a Jason Momoa kind of. He's like Jason Momoa style kind of.
Yeah, he is. But like, if you think about his latest matches, it's been like Brock Lesnar, who is massive, and Drew McIntyre, who is pretty damn tall.
Yeah, he's tall. So right. I don't know, Skeptic. There you go. I think those are your two. I don't know who else is there. Is there anyone else for males? Like
Lashley,
Bobby Lashley. Like, do you care about Bobby Lashley is pretty muscular. Like he's he's got an admirable physique. Like if you wanted to, I'm telling you, he's Lothar for Defenders of the Earth. Like that's my pick right there.
And honestly, Bobby Lashley, why he's not feuding with Roman Reigns for the belt is a mystery to me. Why do you just stick the U.S. belt on him because he doesn't need it, and just have him go after Roman?
Yeah,
I think that's a formidable challenge to him.
Hornswoggle, no.
Hornswoggle.
Oops.
If you if you like little people, I guess Hornswoggle could float your boat. I have no idea.
I like Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan's like number 2. for sure.
But it's not as obvious with her as it is with Alexa Bliss.
No, Alexa's just gorgeous. Liv is like she looked really good in Cardiff.
Mm.
I thought.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, for me, it'd be Liv would be up there.
You're
Yeah.
Oh, Madcap Moss, yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty built, man. If you're into the whole muscles thing, look at this dude.
Yeah, Donald Trump was in wrestling. Stone Cold Steve Austin gave a stunner to well, not our president because Skeptic's Canadian, but Joe and Double C, your former president, got stunned by Stone Cold. Oh yeah, Stone Cold stuns. What's it
Donald
called?
Trump.
Donald.
There it is. Has a beer with him.
Where's the there it is.
And there he goes. He stunned the man who would become president.
Oh my god. A lot of people don't think Charlotte is not good looking.
Well, they're insane.
I can't spell today. Can't type today. It'll come up. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, she's pretty good. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, people. Someone didn't like her. Oh, who's she married to? She's.
What's his name? Andrade.
Yeah, does he do anything?
He's in AEW.
Yeah, I don't think. No, I don't think so. Listen. I don't know about American politics or the American leaders and stuff, but he does not look like he's one fall away from shattering into pieces. He's like the Mr. Glass of the presidents. Didn't he fall off a bike like a couple of months ago? I saw something where they're saying like the guy fell down. I'm like, yeah, this guy, he does not look like he's gonna make it.
Nope. Barely looks like the same person.
Oh, so you mean Charlotte? Oh,
Charlotte's
had surgery. Oh, that sucks. I know she had that little thingy removed. She had like a little mole or something on her chin. She had it removed. I mean, she's all right. Yeah, like Liv Morgan just looks natural to me.
Yeah.
Like it's just like this is like she's just like
an actual girl,
like a regular girl or whatever.
Yeah. Instead of like mostly plastic.
Yeah, Alexa Bliss. Yeah.
Alexa Bliss is the best one.
Yeah, I think so. Probably of all time ever. Like she looks and she's cute too. Like
yeah.
Trump oh God. I'll say Trump took it worse because he just couldn't. Vince takes it in a funny way.
Yeah, like old Vince, like Vince who lately took it. Vince took it terrible.
Right. Yeah, Vince. Oh yeah, Vince took it awful too. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. That was really brutal.
He took it so god awful. I was like, it was like, I actually winced when I saw him do it.
There you go. There's the best female wrestler.
There you go. She was topless way too many times.
Yeah, that was not good.
No.
I've seen this figure around. Which is hilarious.
She looks better in the figure than she did in.
I always before we end streams, I always like to check out the WWE shop and see what's going on here. Ooh, championship belts.
$500 each, right?
Yeah, those are the big ones. But I was thinking about getting the small ones. And actually, the side plates are kind of cool. If you get a big one, you can actually change the plates, eh?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, if you get a proper belt, you can change the plates on it. So you can put John Cena, you could put Becky, you could put, Natalia, whatever, NWO. You can actually change the plates on it.
Oh.
But actually, I'm thinking I'm very close to grabbing the two women's belts. So this is American dollars, so it's about $100. Oh yeah, let's check out Mandy Rose.
Mandy Rose is I agree. She's way better as a brunette than a blonde.
This is when she first started, or no?
I'm guessing. That's her. I remember that was her in WWE.
Yeah, this is her now, pretty much, right?
Yeah, way better. 100% better. I'm not saying she couldn't carry the blonde. It's just brunette looks more natural.
I have to clear my browsing history now. Do you like John Cena or The Rock back in the day? I like The Rock when he was. So actually, The Rock, I was there for when it was Rocky Maivia. So I was at an event. This was the first time I was on the floor. So I was actually on the floor with my buddy Sean, not the Sean that you guys know, but the other Sean. Gold Dust was around, and I actually saved a piece of the Gold Dust glitter that would fall from the sky. And Gold Dust, I liked him, and I remember that Rocky Maivia was there, and my friend actually started the Rocky Sucks chant for that event. It was awesome. He's like, Rocky Sucks. we thought Rocky Maivia was the worst trash wrestler ever.
Yeah.
And when he became The Rock, I'm like, oh, that was one of the best changes of a character.
The people's elbow.
People's elbow.
People's
and millions and millions. And doesn't matter what you do.
But like the best is that frigging promo where he imitated The Undertaker and Stone Cold and Rikishi and Triple H and that. It was like, I still go back and watch that promo because it's just so funny, because he's like, Stone Cold, he puts on the hat and he's like, oh, he's like going like that. But like when he's Rikishi, he's like, oh, I did it for The Rock. I did it for the people. He's like, shut up, you thong wearing fatty. I'm like dying. I died when he did that.
Cancel The Rock, fat shaming.
Yeah. No, but it was so. To this day I remember that. It's like your thong wearing fatty, and then like Kurt Angle, he's like, I'm gonna drink some milk and blah blah. And then Triple H, he did this, and I was laughing because he's the first guy who ever did this. He's like, I'm the game, and I'm gonna win, and I.
It's time to play the game.
I love that promo and the Royal Rumble promo where he's like, they're like, oh, this guy says he's going to win. He's like, everyone says they're going to win. He says, the front row says they're going to win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. No. Well, if you mean scripted, then no, it was never not scripted. Everyone gets hit, but they're hit in the way they get hit. They say they get hurt in the way they expect to get hurt. That's what it is.
Yeah, there was a weird spot this week with Austin Theory where I literally think Kevin Owens broke his nose, and I'm like, was that intentional? Because Kevin Owens kept saying, "Oh, I broke your nose." He says, "Oh, did I break your nose?" He's like, "That's the first thing I'm going to do to you." He's like, "I broke your nose." I'm like, was that real? Was that planned that he would break Austin? Because how do you sit there in the back and you're like, okay, so for this spot, I'm going to break your nose. And you're like,
yeah, I didn't understand what was going on with that. I just thought they were just saying stuff.
Weird.
I didn't get that. Yeah. But yeah, no, people get hurt for real and they make contact, but then they get slammed. You can't fake getting thrown through a table from like the top ropes or whatever, but like they know it's coming. So they prepare themselves and the table is rigged up, to like take the fall better. And like, they know what's good. Like we watched them set up the chairs to get like, when Edge was getting attacked with the chairs, when we were on Raw, we saw them bring out the chairs. Right. So it's like,
but as Jim Ross once said, how do you teach someone to fall off a 30-foot ladder?
Right. It's a 30-foot ladder and the guy falls off of it. And you're like, okay. Like, so it's like, it's just that you're expecting it. So it's different, right? But it is scripted. They know who wins and loses or whatever.
And there's spots that are set up, right? Like, so they know what's going to happen, but like, it's a very bizarre business sometimes where it's literally planned that, hey, I'm going to like drop you head first on a concrete floor or something. Like, it's just like, there's stuff where like Mick Foley talked about how he had to take a power bomb from Vader on a exposed concrete floor to explain why he was going to get time off. And he said literally when he had his head between Vader's knees, he was praying because he was like, this guy could kill me by power bombing me on a concrete floor.
Yeah, like this kind of that's like outrageous stuff. That's just like not needed.
Yeah.
But I was seriously considering getting this. Like,
yeah,
you know, I actually really like those mini belts. That was the best thing we got.
Yeah, I agree.
And I was also thinking, there's not really any good ones for Becky, but I was thinking of getting one of these plaques. They're actually pretty neat. Now Becky doesn't have any good ones. Like this one's not bad with her there. I've seen. So I went on YouTube and watched all these reviews of these things.
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually pretty neat. But like it's just a frame thing. This one where you get the canvas piece or whatever is really cool. They had some really great ones before, but I didn't get onto this until like way later. But like this actually wasn't too bad. But see, like these aren't as good. Like I guess this one's okay, Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Like, but there's better ones like I was looking at who else we have. Oh, let's do Bailey. I think Bailey had a couple of good ones. See, like, oh, this is new. This has just got added. Yeah, Clash of the Castle. Wow, that just got added. So it's like they've got, you know, so these are all new. These are all new. That's new. That's not new. Okay, so here and up are new. But like, see, look at this. This is pretty cool. Like,
yeah,
it's like you get part of that blow up thing, and then you get, you know, the canvas. So it's like this is just commemorative, you know, for her championship. So like it's pretty, and it's 15 by 17. Like that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So like I didn't see this one. This one's pretty neat too. Right. So this is Clash of the Castle. I saw one that actually gives you a piece of the ring rope.
Oh.
Yeah, I know you can make it yourself, Skeptic. But the thing is that like it comes with a piece of the canvas of the wrestling mat or whatever.
Yes.
Vader once broke a jobber's back. Wow.
Yes.
Power bomb in the ring.
Yes.
Foley and Vader protected him.
Yeah, he was lucky that he got released low. Because that could have, but he still said, I believe Joe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he still said he couldn't feel his foot immediately after he took the hit. It did come back, but like, there's definitely like some stuff like the infamous choke slam that Mankind took on the Cell. It wasn't planned, and he said he was lucky because Taker usually when he chokeslammed you went up high and you came down with force. Well, Taker he said one of his feet didn't even leave the cage when he took that chokeslam. If I took an actual regular Undertaker chokeslam and then what happened, which is the chair fall through and hit him in the face, and he landed in one of the old rings that did not bounce, he said, I would have probably not been here to write this sentence.
I mean, this is just outrageousness, man, really.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, if people get hurt, and it's you know, it's theater, right? Look at it as theater, but full contact.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes.
I have He-Man and Beastman from the Filmation He-Man. Actually, they're right there, but they're in like a protective thing, so I don't really want to take them out, but they're like right there. And I was at a toy show this weekend, and apparently I didn't see this, but some guy was selling Flash Gordon Filmation cells, $50 a pop, and I'm like, I would have gotten those.
Yeah.
And I didn't see them.
Oh shit.
So the even reason I knew that they were there was that he knew it'd be He-Man. Yeah. The only reason I knew that they were there was because Brick Mammoth, who's another channel, who's a toy channel, he went to the same show. I didn't see him there either, but he went to the same show and took footage. And I'm like, well, what footage were you taking? Like, where was this guy? Now he didn't take footage. He just had still pictures, and where I actually took footage. So, you could tell where my guys were, right? So I got a lot of cool stuff there. I did a video on this already talking about what I got. So check that out. It's pretty neat. No, stop it. So yeah, I mean, I think these are pretty neat. Like I was watching some YouTube channels like review these, and they're pretty cool. Yeah. There was one that was absolutely awesome. It was for WrestleMania, and it was like a huge one with all the. It was the one with Ronda, Charlotte, and Becky, and it was just awesome. And it was actually signed by Becky as well.
Oh.
It was really cool. So it was really limited. So like if you go to Ronda, Ronda doesn't have very many good ones either. What am I doing here? What's going on here? Ronda.
Down.
Yeah, I see it. So see, they don't really have any good ones in my opinion. Like this is just a plaque. This doesn't have anything. This is just a plaque.
Mm-hmm.
That has this actually has a piece of the kendo stick.
Oh, nice.
So that's kind of neat. And I don't know what this has. This looks like it doesn't have anything.
No. So there's a little yellow square there. Maybe that's it.
That's just where you write the number of what edition it is.
Oh, it's 250.
Yeah, so it's just
limited edition. That's it.
Yeah, it's number of 250. So 250 is the most. So it's it tells you the number that you have. But yeah, this comes with a bit of the kendo stick.
Oh, that's cool.
See?
Yeah.
But like I don't like this kind of picture, like this one's probably better. That's kind of cool, like her pointing.
Yeah.
But there's I didn't see was there anything new? Oh, Alexa Bliss had a new shirt, I think. Yes, this.
Twisted. Yeah, she was wearing that on the so there's her Funko Clash of Champions.
Like some of these are pretty cool. But again, it's like there's not a good picture of this isn't bad. This one's okay.
Yeah.
So I saw someone review this.
Okay.
And it looks pretty cool. Is there no Lily again? Did I miss Lily? I don't understand. That thing sells out. Either it sells out or they just don't pop in a box Lily. That's weird.
I think it sells out. It's like Alexa Bliss is a massive merchandise. I mean, that's why they're keeping her as face, I assume. But she's got to turn heel soon because she has no character right now.
Yeah, that's the only problem. What was I going to look at to see? Oh, no, yeah, they still have this shirt. They're going to come out with something. This shirt is absolute awful. The picture is terrible.
Yeah.
And these are not good. So I would consider something like this where it's the first time you see them at SummerSlam. Yeah. Oh, SummerSlam came in. I ordered it. It's waiting for me downstairs. I just haven't picked it up yet. So I'd consider something like that. Or even this is kind of interesting, Clash of the Castle. But it's like how you got to look at the picture to see like how good the actual picture is. But there's one. I'll do this and then we're going to end it off. I think it's WrestleMania. And where it's like, so it looks like this, like it's huge. See, it's like,
yeah.
Maybe I'll do Becky Lynch side or something. Actually, this one is awesome with the two belts. That'd be awesome to have, or even this is pretty cool. But where's the WrestleMania play? Yeah, this is it. This is crazy. Awesome. Yeah. It's huge too. Like it's a huge one. Oh, I think this is the guy. Yeah. This is the guy's YouTube thing that I watched. Yeah, but some of these are amazing and signed. So it's like, these are crazy cool. I would have definitely got this one because it's got Ronda, Becky, Charlotte. That's perfect. So anyway, all right, guys. Is there any? Yeah. Okay. So I think we're gonna end it off there. And remember that open mic will be Thursday, but Friday is the big one. We're gonna do Space Mutiny versus Battle Beyond the Stars. So that's gonna be an awesome. That's gonna be really awesome. And I think that is it. And I do have something this is all just for fun, but I have a new clip that I finally found that I was waiting for.
Screw all of you.
That's how you end a stream, guys. All right. Until next time.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.